So, ladies and gentlemen, I give you the finished product. So all that I had to do from the last little clip was to replace this central shaft. And so what I did was, since the original was hollow and had all the right diameters on it and everything, I left it in. But of course, neither end of it was peened over. And so what I did was I discovered that the pins on these cable ties here, or cable clips, are exactly the same diameter as the center of this hollow shaft. And so it's actually a press fit on the top here as you get to the knurly bits on the end of the panel pin. So I pressed it in, and then to pin on the other side, I basically took the smallest washer that I had, which of course was nowhere near small enough, and I drilled a 2mm diameter hole in it, and I soldered it in. Luckily, even though these pins are hardened, they will take solder if you clean them up nicely and rough them, and then put plenty of flux, which is what I did. So we finally have that little episode finished. I can get back to finishing off the cab. Well, I had to know if there was any other problems lurking, so I fitted it into the housing just to make sure it all works when I put it all back together. So, done and dusted for now. Okay, this side I've had to go on. I'm not very happy with the results because I think the problem here is the original lacquer has got severe cracking, and even though I can sand it smooth, when I apply the next coat, the cracks show through again. So since I'm assuming that this is just a colored finish rather than a lacquered finish, I'm going to try on the other side to go back to the bare wood. I'm assuming there's no veneer or anything on here, and so I'll try on the other side since I haven't finished that one off yet. See how that goes. So about an hour of sanding later, we get down to this, which is much nicer than I was expecting. And so I don't know if this is actually veneered in manufacture or it's a piece of pre-veneered plywood. Although I would have thought back in the 40s the stripes would be somewhat wider than this. But you never know at factories, they use what they got, I guess. Yeah, this, well, I guess more options here now, because I was assuming this is just going to be a flat piece of regular plywood, you know, just like probably like a regular birch surface here. This might benefit from some more careful treatment. So I guess before I make any final decision, then I should do the same on the other side and see if it's the same quality as this. I did it mostly by hand because A, the surface isn't completely level, and so machine sanding tends to be very aggressive, and so I thought if there is a nice veneer underneath here, which it looks like there is, I would have just sanded straight through it without. So here's the other side. Sort of similar story. Bit more damage on this side though. There's various pit marks, and there's obviously more of a parting along here. You can see the line, and some damage along the back edge. But close enough. that whatever I decide to do on the other side should work okay on this side as well. I got this one done with much less manual labor because I used a scraper to get most of the paint off and just sanded when I got right down close. Learning as we go, as they say. Right, now I gotta think and reflect what we're gonna do next here. Oh, just put a coat of shellac just to seal it up. Looks nicer already. Yeah. Shame to paint it over. So we can't just get rid of all that. We gotta somehow preserve at least some of that grain. So I'm thinking if I keep the black on the edge as sort of like a shadow line, but stain this a nice deep brown, I think it'll work out quite well. I don't think I need to go all the way to black with this, and since the wood looks nice, we're going to do everything we can to keep it. Here's the chassis on long wave in the middle of the day. There's about 4 stations in France I can pick up, and the quality is really good. Le lot de 120 dosettes de café Samseo plus 60 gratuites est à 13,13 €, soit 10,50 € le kilo. Par modalité dans les magasins participants. À ce prix-là d'ailleurs, je veux bien t'offrir un petit café. This is one of the other stations. It's great bass response. I don't know if it comes across on the video or not.